Pleasant good night to each and every one of you back in Georgetown, Guyana. We've already to the political arena. And, with all the critics, people call me all kind of things. Crazy, stupid, dumb. Well, I take this present moment to wish all my black brothers and sisters in Guyana a happy Emancipation Day. But what is emancipation? I have to congratulate the men like Coffee and all the great warriors in the days who fought against colonialism for their freedom after it was removed from Africa, the mainland where they came from, not knowing where they are going, and arrive in Georgetown, Guyana, only to become slave for an empire. Chains in the bottom of the ship around their ankles. Many die with diarrhea and other sickness and throw overboard. But for those who make it, it was a very terrible journey. And even when they arrive in Guyana, the treatment was not right. So slavery was against all natural human beings in a free world. But yet it was used in a way to develop some country for the masters, the colonial masters. Black people out of Africa, all over the world, have this to speak about. If they sit down and really analyze it carefully, yes, it is against all humanity to slave another, exploit another. But after emancipation in Guyana, on August the 1st, in the 18th century, or whatever year it was, I cannot recall it so much again, where did it put us? What did we learn from it? We must not forget, a black man by the name of Burnham was given independence in that country. What did he done to his own black brothers and sisters? He might be in the grave or in an African country living with blood on his hand. The death of the late Walter Radney, Queenie, Kawama, and many more. What become of other nations such as the East Indian, who was cheap labor? And remember, these were black people, ancestors who fought for their freedom, turned back and do worse than the colonial masters in the past in a civilized society, where life was supposed to be easy, where children of slaves and grandchildren of slaves become lawyers, leaders, turn back and do worse to other nations in a country like Guyana, and many more. What I'm trying to tell you, freedom belongs to all men, not only black people. East Indian too, Chinese too, white people too, because every country had slavery. But what Guyana Emancipation Day mean tomorrow? It should be freedom for all black people. And you should use it to understand that you cannot do the same thing to other people, not even your own or other races. I am asking you, with your bullyism, your ignorance, and your force, you think it is right for what you're doing to other people? But you remember the 4th of August? You remember the Emancipation Day? Did you remember what you done in the 60s? Did you remember what you done in the 70s and 80s and in the 90s? And even now, because an Indian government is in power, where a lot of them are hiring you to do the nasty work for them. What is the use of emancipation to you? I wanted to know. You should use that day and remember your parents who fought for it. Honor them, dignify them, glorify them by doing the same thing what they have done. Not to go back and do worse to other nations because you don't like them, because they speak out against you injustice. I want you to know, everybody have the day. One day it was your turn, now it's the Indian turn, and the turn is coming again. One day Portuguese going to talk about emancipation from black people and Indian people. Buckman going to talk about emancipation from black people and Indian people. Same goes to Chinese. And the Douglas, well, we are a part of all of you. And I want you to know, if you love your day and your freedom, love other people who do. Do what is right. Let the law work for people. Don't take bribe and exploit people, lock them up innocently, and talk about your freedom. Trust me. What is the uses of living if you cannot be free? That was a call of your ancestor. What are you doing to people? For a few dollars you kill for drug lords and drug dealers. You take bribe from ministers and kill innocent people and frame, charge them and lock them up. Magistrate, judges, prosecutor, and some of you no good police. And I'm talking about you black police too, and corrupt Indian. What does emancipation mean to you? Emancipation means freedom. Let it be free, while I wish the decent one who think in the guideline of peace, love, and unity in a world of Guyana, so we all can be emancipated from our mental slavery, our way of thinking, and ignorance, jealousy, and corruption. Let's emancipate ourselves from that. I remember a few years ago, East Indian was rushing with a minibus and a family to go up the highway to stay in the pool, and the black police of Providence pulled them in the corner and lined them up. Over 200 minibuses with Indian people who was taking part in your freedom. One of the sergeant named Mr. Johnson and one named Ford, young black brother. Did not you have any respect for your freedom? That you hold the East Indian back when they were taking part of your freedom? You are all hypocrites, man. You can kill me if you want, but remember, whatever you do, others can do it. And if you think you escape it, you have children, it's not a threat, it's a warning. What I mean to tell you, today for me, tomorrow for you. The world is coming populated. Do unto others as you would like them do unto you. Show love and mercy and you will get it. You show ignorance, force, and brutality, it shall be in your doorstep. We are not turning back this time. What you're going through, you ask for it. The death of the late Walter Rodney should never have happened. It was a black man caused his death. It was black that killed him. And yes, of course, the Indian leader was a part of it. The death of Father Dog, it was a black man do it, and you were free. If you had done those things in the time with the chain around your ankle, I would have forgive you. But not when you were free, man. Wake up and stop being a hypocrite. Stop holding suit and Bible and going and call upon a God until you clean that nastiness out of your heart and your mind. Stop getting jealous over what people got. You have work, you can work too. You're only getting back a taste of your medicine in a different turn. Don't make the 18th and 17th century return. You're pushing your luck too far. Let's unite. Save Guyana, save yourself, and save your offspring so we can be united and make Guyana paradise where all of us can be emancipated, not only you, the black people. So don't do it to us as what I've done to you with colonialism. And I have no bloody apology for none of you. Thank you. Have a good night.